4 years since I sat in the hours of everyone sleeping, alone, institutionalized, with all my parts weeping. 3 days before that, alone in my bed, all poems been written, all stories been said, I huffed in butane and exhaled dread. Drunken and sour, I taunted the breath of each lasting hour. I called you, Carl, and I said help, but I never said thank you for coming. I was so scared that you wouldn't. These days, I take pills to close the gaps in my spirit. And if I stop, I fear it means I will tumble into darkness beyond your arms, not prepared to catch me. Psychopharmaceutical is a word without rhythm or rhyme. And each of these pills only buys me limited time. Tiny, yellow, small, round, and white. 3 bright blue in the morning, purple circle, green diamond at night. An oval for sleeping and 2 more for the shakes. This cocktail of medicine is apparently what it takes to maintain stability in my mercurial self. Some of us come into this world all too ready to leave it. And what keeps us holding on is our ability to perceive how awful it would be for our families to grieve it if we gave into the futility of this rented mental health and sank into the relief of a disappearing self. In the hospital, I studied the Gospels through their ancient, dusty tomes. I flipped the pages and sought out hidden poems. I hoped that angels would erect scaffolds to build glorious homes amidst the alleys of my many mood swings. And shit, I prayed things. I am not now convinced of my own significance, but I do know I was great once. I wove stories and contemplated faith, challenged preconceived notions and created spaces that were safe. I taught, drenched in a perfume called imagination. Exhaustion and elation were easy prices to pay to change the world one classroom at a time. Confidence was mine. Children turned towards me like flowers growing and following the moon, and I reflected the light of a forgiving and gracious God. I grabbed for stars before I fell and broke my fragile wings. Didn't waste moments on self-deprecation or other caustic things. I knew I was worth what it cost. My mediocre surpassed average's excellence, and I didn't think my sanity was lost. But now I rebuild one pill after another. Identity shaken in the death of my mother. 2 sisters both married and all out of reach. The death of my father. And why can I preach? I know I'm not crazy. I just lost my will. My family is why I'll keep taking these pills, stabilizing some notion of a solid mental health. I'm beginning again, becoming myself. Thank you.
You're still great.